Hello and welcome to another dev diary for Imperator Invictus. Now, today we're going to be looking at probably the last dev diary that comes out before release. Or maybe there's going to be one more, but it releases ridiculously close. This next update is going to be quite interesting, and potentially the next video I do is going to be on the patch notes and looking at the major changes and that kind of thing. So, looking forward to that. But today we have some other things to look at. So, let's jump in to that right there. Dev Diary number 25. Development problems, unique wonders, and tweaks. Today I'll be taking about words, man. What is this? Today we'll be talking about some tweaks we've made, the wonder models Matt has made, along with unique effects for wonders. But first, we have an inside look on everything that has gone slightly wrong during development. Also, unique effects for wonders. This is why I'm going to say that's the Lambert change. Let's be honest. Yeah. So that's what has gone wrong. Despite what you may see in public chats, we don't always agree on what to do with the mod. Several interesting things have happened during development, and today we'll give you a little bit of a look behind the curtains into the troubles of development. Things that have happened to us or we've had to deal with. Devs suddenly disappearing due to things happening in real life, requiring us to quickly learn how the code works, and fix it or cut the content from the update. Mistakes and errors when merging our Git branches, overriding people's work and breaking stuff. First, a slight clarification: in order for a proposal to pass and be implemented, it requires 2/3 plus 1 positive votes. It was designed by Snowlet, so no controversial stuff could get added, splitting the community. He designed based upon how constitutional changes are made. Snowlet is from Belgium, I'm fairly certain. So yeah, there's based on the constitutional changes in Belgium. Which, I mean, Belgium is a robust democracy, so I guess that works. The system is in itself sparked a debate on democracy and the conditions for a vote passing, as you had the 2/3 wing on one side and the majority wing on the other. 2/3 plus 1 remained, but not after me being accused of rigging the vote system to block certain proposals with this rule. I think I remember that happening. I think that might have been me. Didn't really feel like an accusation when I made it, but I can see how it would have been construed as that. I think that, yeah, sorry. Anywhomes, there was a 4-day debate on Iberia where neither the devs or the historians could agree on cultural borders, ending up with a compromise, but it was fun having to read over 600 passive-aggressive debate messages when he woke up. An attempt at a region rework, which sparked a lot of debate, saw a lot of iterations, and eventually the vote was split between each area of the world. A separate vote because of the multiplayer balance wing, the historical wing, and the aesthetic borders wing couldn't agree, and this way perhaps we could get some changes in. We tried splitting Hibernia from Scotland, for example, and some people wanted to merge Sicily with Sardinia-Corsica, which ended up in a 50-50 vote, hence the accusations of rigging the vote system earlier as I opposed the change. Despite some proposals technically hitting 2/3, he took an executive decision at the time and ended the debate, leaving regions up to the respective devs of the region. In the end, only Germania, Poland, Scandinavia were reworked to be more balanced and allowed Rhine borders. He takes full responsibility for sparking this useless debate and wasting everyone's time. This change, merging Sicily with Sardinia-Corsica, is something that ended up being a part of the multiplayer overhaul mod. It was, in fact, Vespasian's idea to begin with, because putting Sicily with Sardinia and Corsica, and I think the Balearic Islands were also involved in that as well, made it so that Magna Graecia, so the southern half of Italy, Italia, the northern part of Italy, and this, I think it eventually was called the Tyrrhenian region, all ended up with fairly equal pops, around about 900 to 1,000 each, which was much more balanced in regard to the rest of the world. You didn't have a Roman player who owned just 2 regions being unassailably strong because their 2 regions were so populous. So that was the balance wing. I disagree that the historical wing was different from the balance wing, because splitting it off is also historical, because there is in the Roman mission tree, there is a thing called the First Provincia, which was literally Sicily, Sardinia, and Corsica. So, I mean, saying that these are different is wrong. And also, aesthetic borders wing, I don't know really how you can argue that, you know, putting the islands together is not aesthetically pleasing. Look, all of these fit in the balance wing. I guess there's people who thought differently and then decided to call their wing aesthetics, but they're stupid and wrong, so whatever. Anyway, yeah, obviously you can tell which side of the fence that I was on. Definitely on the side of the fence of the islands should stick together. And I'm not gonna take that back. I'm still right. Anywho, it should have been changed. It wasn't. Whatever. Moving on. There was a famous debate internally. There was the map modding debate. Now, originally, they didn't plan on extending the map, as this often meant that Mac users would crash and be unable to play. Get a PC, which is unacceptable in a mod like Invictus. Yeah, it is. I'm jesting, of course. It'd be great if Mac users could play, but at the same time, get a PC. The decision remained for a while until Shockey appeared with his project. They had a vote to decide, and with unanimous support and the largest vote count of any vote, map modding was approved, but limited. Now, after adding a few areas, they ran into the Mac crash, meaning that Snola, Shockey, and Isaac spent hours upon hours finding the exact problem and fixing it, and then Isaac being the tester for that. Eventually, they found it had to do with adding provinces beyond the 8,257th province caused the crash, and they did some trickery and managed to go below the limit, eliminating the crash. Good stuff. Then Shockey did more trickery and found a way to surpass the limit, but now they're in the awkward spot of having to test on a Mac every province we try to add, so map modding will be slowed down. That's fair enough. Another aspect of development is dealing with suggestions. Suggestions can range from extensive ideas and mechanics to requesting an icon or a name change. For each suggestion that they get, they evaluate whether they can implement it, whether they want to implement it, and whether they have the time to implement it, and whether it fits within the intended scope of the mod as Vanilla++. As you may imagine, this means a lot of suggestions are seemingly ignored when they don't fit one of the criteria, so it's a tricky balance. The more suggestions they take, the less time they spend on their own ideas and projects, delaying updates further. But yeah, hopefully you have appreciated the current balance of developing suggestions. There's also a small announcement. Due to delays, real life, and ambition to provide only content of the highest quality, Cyrenaica will not be in the next update. They don't want to release it while it's still so buggy and not finished. You'll get to enjoy the mission tree and at an unspecified time later. Which is a shame. I quite enjoyed the Cyrenaica stuff. But yeah, if it doesn't fit in, like if it can't be ready for the release, then yeah, just delay it. That's not a problem. So, now with Matt. He's got some stuff. Matt Alexi here to talk about the mapping work he's done for Invictus, with the great expansion into the North Africa, adding the deep holdings of the forgotten yet paramount Garamantes. It came with the need to position the territory, cities, roads, forts, and army locations on the map. Shockey, the project lead for the North Africa expansion, and him worked on city positions based on historical locations, and he unlocked how to position roads on the map. Part of the North Africa expansion is the addition of Lake Tritonis, and painted terrain materials blended seamlessly into the former desert sands. The Great Dam of Marib in southern Arabia is now a great wonder, and appropriate terrain has been painted in, making an oasis in the desert. Lovely stuff. Where's the dam? I guess the dam would be here, right? Because dam's there, and then this fills up. I think that's how dams work. The dam is here. Oh shit, that's cool. That's cool. I like that a lot. Yeah, no, having that there is really, really nice. I like that a lot. That's cool. But yeah, that's Lake Tritonis, and this is the Dam of Marib. Love it. Fantastic stuff. In addition to the Great Dam of Marib, many more wonders have been added by Matt Alexi, some already in the current workshop version. Oliver Kranz did most of the unique modifiers, some of which will be presented today. Vanilla wonders have not yet been touched. The numbers might still change, and if you've had constructive criticism, please tell me. Or tell the mod devs, I guess. I kind of wish that they'd speak in the third person, like all the time in these dev diaries, and make it much easier on myself. Okay, so this here, right? This should not be in brackets with a question mark. Vanilla wonders must be touched. Must be. It's not even a Maybe... No, they should be. 100% they need to be. Because having... It's basically the problem I had when I first was covering the Great Wonders update, right? That you have the 7 great wonders of the world, and you have the Hanged Gardens of Babylon and the Pyramids of Giza, and they're these majestic spectacles. And I've just built a grain silo out of fucking wood, and in an amount of time, it is going to be just as prestigious and give me better bonuses. That's bullshit, and it needs to change. All of the 7 wonders of the world should have unique modifiers that you cannot replicate with your own wonders. I am not budging from this stance at all. This stance has been mine for, well, I guess it's probably been over a year now since the Wonders DLC was announced by Paradox Thalassic or Thessalic or something like that. But yeah, no, I'm not budging. This should not be a question mark. This is Vanilla's Wonders haven't been touched yet, but they fucking will be, because they need to be. Anyway, moving on. So, the Great Dam of Marib, which has only local modifiers of population growth, population capacity, and local monthly food modifier. Abu Simbel has enslavement efficiency, national slave output, and cost to deify ruler. In Egypt, I guess. Well, yeah, pharaohs and stuff. I've never heard of Abu Simbel, but sure, whatever. The Second Temple of Jerusalem gives state, religion, happiness, home and power, and stability decay. That's actually really good. The Carthage has the Kothon, morale of navies, naval movement speed, and naval maintenance cost. All good stuff. Perfect for Carthage. There's some more, but he doesn't want to spoil anything. Damn it. Okay, fair enough. And now Dominative has some more content for India and Kush. New decisions have been made in India to start countries with a Hindu ruler will now have the decision to choose a personal deity via an event. This is kind of what we have in EU4 when you're playing as a Hindu or a Norse. And I really, really highly praise and love that mechanic when I think Hindu is the most fun religion in that game, so seeing it come into Imperator as well is pretty cool. I do kind of think that it kind of works for all polytheistic religions, and this is another issue that I've raised before. It's like, oh, this thing is really cool and totally fits for quite a lot more than the very specific culture that you've chosen to apply it to. Imagine if you are a Greek, and anytime you get a new ruler, you have a patron deity, Mars or Zeus or Aphrodite or, whatever like that. That'd be really cool, and I kind of want that, and please. Yeah, okay, so it's cool that this is being added. Hopefully it be expanded on, and other countries can have this too. Each personal deity gives unique modifiers to Hindu rulers by adding a status trait. It's possible to change your personal deity from events and gain new personal deities from events and missions. 2 more decisions to gather the treasures of India for both Buddhists and Hindus have been made as well. Lots of... Yeah, I hate how awful this looks, but I don't know if there's a better way to do it. So if you gather all the Hindu treasures of India, you basically turn it all into an anthology, giving some decent bonuses. Love it. Perfectly fine. It's the same as the Anthologica Philosophicae. I'm pretty sure that's how you pronounce it for the Hellenics. Yeah, makes sense. Love it. Moving on. And the Buddhists have one as well. Some of the treasures and numbers may be changed in the future. Okay. To make it possible, 20 plus new treasures have been added all over India. Good. I like treasures. More should be added for sure. 4 new treasure icons have been made for these new treasures by Eric. Lovely stuff. That looks like a QR code, not going to lie. Some other changes in India include a decision for Tamil countries to send out a trade fleet. Okay, so how does this work? You need 200 gold, 25 PI. Send out your trade fleet, and man, shit, come on, what does it do? That's kind of annoying. It's like, oh, you can send out a trade fleet. Cool, what's that do? Yeah, who knows? Who knows? And another bloodline. So King Porus has got the blood or the blood of King Porus has been added to Porus' son, the ruler of Parava. Cav morale, unintegrated culture happiness, demonic reputation. Yeah, all these are good ones. I would be looking to collect that as well. 5 new decisions have been made for Kush and Kemetic Egypt. Decisions are only available once a new Egyptian dynasty has been formed. So you got the religious center of Egypt, Tomb of Cheat, City of the Sun, Temple of Hathor, and Temple of Amun. Lovely stuff. And the story contest is going to be running 1 more week. So if you have anything, go and submit it there. So what do I make of this dev diary? I like everything that I've seen here, right? These Hindu treasures, great. The personal deity, great. Kind of wish this was for all cultures that have polytheism. Kind of makes sense to me to have that. Unique wonder modifiers, fantastic. Fix this, and we're absolutely in business. This looks amazing. Some new terrain for Africa as well. Looks great. It doesn't look like it's a mod. One of the it kind of feels shitty to say this, but with Gladio at Saleh, who added all of China, the quality of the terrain in the added territories isn't of the same standard as the rest of the game. And I know it sounds really shitty to say that, but honestly, it's kind of true. But here, this looks great. This looks like it fits. It looks like it was natural. So very, very happy with that. But yeah, interesting dev diary. Reading through the mistakes and stuff, especially as I took part in some of these, was interesting. And I guess I still stand by everything I've said. I don't. Maybe I was a bit too aggressive when I pointed out that the voting system was entirely not exactly fair. Maybe that was taken as an accusation when it probably should not have come across that way, or at least it wasn't intended that way. But anyway, whatever. Myself and Stoner are still friends. Everything's fine. So yeah, Dev Diary. It's a pretty good one. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. I'd be interested to hear them. What do you think? Here's the main freaking question. Vanilla Wonders, right? What do you think the bonuses should be for Mausoleum of Halicarnassus, the Colossus of Rhodes, Hanging Gardens of Babylon, Pyramids of Giza, the Temple of Zeus, and the I said the Mausoleum, the Temple of Artemis at Ephesus. Those are the 7. What do you think the bonuses should be for those? And do you think like I do that they should be unique and amazing? Because literally, it's the 7 fucking wonders of the goddamn natural world. Like, goddamn. Anywho, that's the Dev Diary. Bye.